Well, hello, my Mercurial mercenaries. A few things I want to talk about today. Switched the camera on and thought, what am I going to talk about in my vlog? Well, a few things. And a few things I want you to comment on below. So, come on, I want you to fill your boots. Fill your boots. This morning, I woke up and that's the preferable way to start your day. Waking up. And as is the want with me, I watched a YouTube video. Now, we're talking 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. I watched a video about wood. A video about wood, about lumber. A video about wood and the qualities of wood. And how if you go to a shop that sells wood, a wood shop, how you don't get diddled out of money when you're buying wood. Now, I don't buy wood, but I still enjoyed the video, and I was just wondering, I mean, I've watched a lot of videos about complete nonsense these days. I'm into a lot of these kind of, well, I'll talk about them another day, because I actually want to contribute something to the cause of some of these oddities, but I thought, is there anything that... Look, let's rephrase this. Let's not rephrase it, let's just say it. I get caught up in moments or topics, and I can't just watch one video on the topic. I have to watch everything. When I started YouTube, it was the tonewood thing, and I had to watch tonewood videos from all of you. Even tried to make them myself, but... the flat earth thing, I found those videos fascinating. I still do. I haven't watched a flat earth video for a few months now, but every so often they still crop up in my news feed. And by the end of the video I'll be naked. Right? They still crop up in my news feed, and every so often I just dip my Sketcher clad toes in just to see what's going on in the flat earth world. And because for a while there, I quite liked the idea of getting involved. I thought I was going to do my own video about it. I had a whole A4 sheet of paper written out of all the points I'd make and all the sort of comedic things I'd do about the flat earth. But what it boiled down to in the end is that it's all such a game. And the people playing the game know they're just playing a game. So it's a bit different. But my point being, rather than just asking you to tell me about any weird videos you've seen, because who cares about a weird video? What about sort of like weird whole topics that exist on YouTube? Now, I've lived through the tonewood thing. I liked the flat earth thing. There's a couple of the true crime. If you've got any more true crimes that have happened that everyone's got involved in, doing multiple videos about, let me know, because I quite like those as well. Just wondering, this just boils down to the fact that I woke up with wood this morning. See, if I wasn't doing a vlog, I'd edit that right out. But yeah, about the qualities of wood and whether it does, you know, that or that or that, and how you've got to pay for it because it's sold by the board foot. Can you hear that? Someone's drilling the wall behind me. Sold by the board foot. That's right. I remember now. I was going to make a comment on the video and say, board foot sounds like a surfing yeti. Surfing yeti, board foot. Yeah, it would have gone down like a sack of shit. It would have gone down like a sack of shit. But anyway, just goes to show that I can enjoy a video about the quality of wood. All right? So if you've got any other fads on the internet that you fancy that I might like, just let me know. Childhood Sorry, ignore the drilling behind me. Childhood hobbies. What did you have as a childhood hobby? This is just the things I've been thinking about today. What did you have as a childhood hobby? Fads. In fact, maybe this topic of this video is fads. Topic of today's vlog is fads. Because we're talking about fads on YouTube, flat earth, tonewood, fads. And I'm wondering if you could tell me about some more fads that are on YouTube. And childhood fads. There was, in my lifetime, there was eating Kendal mint cake. That's where I lost most of my teeth. Kendal mint cake. There was yo-yos. Remember yo-yos? There was, what other fads were there? Fads. Well, there were loads of them. Every year had a fad, didn't it? I just can't. Remember Garbage Pail Kids? Anyway, this year's fad, I think. Although, guarantee, because I've got one in my hand now, you can guarantee that if I've got one, the fad is well and truly over. But it's been something called, I've seen people mention them on YouTube videos, fidget spinners. Never even click on the video to see what they actually are, but I've seen them in photographs. They look like this in photographs. Well, they look like this in photographs because this is one. I now have a fidget spinner. Someone very kindly gave me one today, so to speak. Ooh, Mrs. This is a fidget spinner. Have you seen? The Price is Right. Has any of you seen these in action? Because I didn't even know. What's wrong with me? Since I started vlogging, right? I can't use my qualities of my mouth. Someone's trying to drill into the back of my head. Give me a better brain. This thing here, right? You sort of hold it. You can see this. You hold it, right? And you spin it. And it just kind of spins. You see that? See that? It just spins. Now, what I was trying to say was, in my youth, we had fads like yo-yo. You remember, you could get those yo-yos and you sort of do them down and then you sort of yank the string in the right way and it sort of spins on the bottom of the string and you can walk the dog. And then you can do cat's cradles and things with the yo-yo. There was more to a yo-yo than just doing that. And you used to get like, I remember at school once, we had like a professional yo-yoer. Professional yo-yo. It happened. Came to our school to show us how to yo-yo. Think about the advertising that now. A person attending a school to get the children into the fad. Pogo sticks. There was a summer where pogo sticks were in. Frisbees. Yo-yos. I've said yo-yos so many times now. Garbage Pail Kids. Top Trumps. They were fads, all right? But the thing with these fads were, you could do things with the fads. You did something with you. This is this year's fad amongst the children, I think. I mean, I haven't researched this, but I believe so. This thing here, you see that? This thing here is the fad. It's a fidget spinner. It doesn't seem very exciting compared to playing Top Trumps or eating Kendal mint cake or even trying to do tricks with a yo-yo. Doesn't seem very exciting. They tell me, they being, they tell me that you can do tricks with this thing. You can make it, you can like jump it from finger to finger. Now, I'm not going to try that here and now because I'm not a bungee jumper. I don't take pleasure in extreme sports. And I certainly don't want to slice any part of my body off with a fidget spinner. But this is today's fad. And I thought, were the fads around the world any different in your youth than what I've mentioned? If they were, let me know about Were there any weird fads that you had? Garbage Pail Kids? Yo-yos? Pogo sticks? Eating Kendall mint cake? It's not really a fad, is it? But it was in my school. Eating Kendall mint cake was a fad. Do you have any fads? So I'm looking for fad YouTube experiences, topics. Fab. I'm looking for fad YouTube topics and experiences. That's what I'm looking for, my mercenaries. That's what I'm looking for. The youth of today. Okay. Ed Sheeran played Glastonbury, right? And it was a pretty, like, I'm not an Ed Sheeran fan, but it was a pretty barnstorming performance because Ed Sheeran, who's basically an average looking, I was going to say ugly, but that's ridiculous. He's better looking than me. An average looking ginger bloke with a weird little guitar. Like a when I'm cleaning windows sort of little guitar. He got the opportunity to headline Glastonbury. Basically, he's the biggest star in the world right now, whether anyone likes it or not. Blimey. Whether anyone likes it or not, he's the biggest star in the world. This is the guy who had a number one album, and every track on the album was in the charts, all right? And he played Glastonbury. And most people, when they get the opportunity to play Glastonbury, especially if they're a solo artist, when they get up there to play to, you know, the biggest festival crowd in the world, they'll big it up. They'll have a massive band with them, or they'll have things going on, guest stars and that. Ed Sheeran, he's a ballsy little plucker, isn't he? He gets on the stage at Glastonbury, the massive stage, headlining, and he pulls it off just by himself. I mean, not pulls it off, the performance, just by himself. That is ballsy. Ed Sheeran, alone, on a massive stage with an acoustic guitar. And do you know what? When I was watching it, I had my Twitter feed on because that's the sort of thing I do. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go and follow me. I'm Mercurial. I'm Mercurial number 6. Mercurial no 6. Mercurial 6. What am I? Probably Mercurial no 6 on Twitter. I'm so fucking great on Twitter. You should go and, sign up and whatever. But he's on. There's people going, can't believe it. Ed Sheeran singing to a backing tape. Basically, the youth of today think that Ed Sheeran was on the Glastonbury stage performing to a backing tape. No, people. This guy, right, even if you like it, whether you like him or not, and like I said, I'm not a fan really, but whether you like him or not, this guy is an expert at using a looper pedal. And not, people, I've never owned a looper pedal. Don't really know. I think I'd be all right with it, but I've never owned one or used one. But I've seen them in use. I know exactly what you do. I can do it. No problem there. I understand them, right? But Ed Sheeran gets on a festival stage, the biggest festival in the world, armed with an acoustic guitar and a looper pedal. And he does, lays down the beat. He lays down the beats. He hits the acoustic guitar. And he twiddles the strings and loops. Plays the guitar, ding 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 ding, loop. Start singing, loop. Start singing with the vocal. Start singing, harmony. And everyone's all the kids, everyone's at home tweeting, can't believe he's using a backing tape. It's all live. It's not even new, because there was a time when using a looper pedal was a fad. See where I've gone there? It was a fad. I remember watching, I think the first person I really saw using a looper pedal like that was Katie Tunstall. Katie Tunstall. Probably like over a decade ago, using a looper pedal. I can kind of remember the song, but it doesn't matter. And then since then, everyone loses. Probably they lose them. They lose them. And if you're too slow, you lose. Lose, you snooze. Snooze, you lose. Your looper pedal. I mean, a couple of nights before, Radiohead, Tom York's always got his looper pedal going on his own voice. But I was pretty impressed that Ed Sheeran sounded like an orchestra. And he's just an average guy standing on stage with an acoustic guitar. And for anyone that wants to criticise him, and I'm up there, I suppose sometimes, he sounded, it's an experience. I don't know if it's on YouTube, it probably is. Just YouTube Ed Sheeran Glastonbury 2017, that's this year, yeah, 2017. Just Google it, have a look, have a listen. Doesn't matter whether you like him or not, but watch what he does. Watch what he does. Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. So, a while back, if you remember, Ed Sheeran had like 19 songs in the top 20 or something, singles chart. So what's happening is the singles chart, not the single people. Oh, the ladies. The single chart people are having to come up with some new rules because they want to stop this kind of thing happening. They weren't happy. So what they come up with today to stop the likes of Ed Sheeran ever being able to do that again is a couple of things. Number one, only the most popular 3 songs from any album that's been streamed, because it all boils down to streaming affecting the album, the singles charts now. You can only have 3, only the 3 most popular songs on the album count. And once a song has reached a certain level in the chart and starts to fall, then rather than 150 plays, rather than 150 streams counting as one sale, 300 streams will count as one sale. And that should facilitate the song dropping out of the chart quicker to allow more variety and more bands to enter, so to speak. Now, I've got big problems with this. Let's start with point number 2, right? Point number 2. The idea that when a song reaches a certain level, then 300 plays account for one sale rather than 150. For me, if your system doesn't work, it doesn't work. If you think about it in the old days, buying a single, it's quite simple then because buying was buying, right? Buying a single, if you bought Duran Duran, right? A Duran Duran single, Tears for Fears single, Nirvana single, if you bought that, that was a sale, right? It went up the charts. And then if it started to fall, can you imagine if someone said, actually, you've got to buy 10 of those singles now to equate to one. The one you bought last week, you'd have to buy 10. What? What? If people are buying it, they're buying it. Therefore, it's in the chart. You can't change the rules. Now, streaming changes it, doesn't it? Because if you're a fan, if I'm a fan of One Direction or Ed Sheeran right now, I can set it to stream in this house, the album, multiply, divide, plus whatever it's called, and I can put it on loop, repeat, loop, fads, loops. It's all connecting, my mercenaries. It's all connecting. I could repeat his album all day. And remember, they decided that 150 plays of a song equated for one sale. But then, if that's the rules you choose, Can you then just change the ball game? 300, suddenly 300. Why should 300? Why should it suddenly need 300 plays at some arbitrary amount? It's just all over the place. Point number one, though. What I should do is put the fidget spinner on my finger when I make a point. Hang on. Point number one, though. Whoa! Shit. Okay, I haven't quite grasped the concept yet. Hang on. Kids don't drop them, do they? Whoa! Hang on. Oh, I see. Hang on. Let me do it up. Right. Point number one. Hang on. Right. When it comes to point number one, all right, can you remember what point number one was? Only the top most popular 3 songs on the album are allowed to enter the singles chart. What a load of bollocks! What a load of bollocks! A single is a single. A single is a different entity. An album's an album, a single's a single. You can't just have any random song being a single. The artist should have to nominate which song on the album is a single. Simple as that. And you say in the old days you could have more than one single. Fine, okay. The artist has to nominate which 3 songs are singles. I mean, what's happening here? It's just all become so random. And people wonder why no one gives a shit about the singles chart anymore. Some of you will say you never cared about the singles chart. I did when I was a kid. I remember when Iron Maiden got to number 1 with Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. I cared then. It seemed like it was a punch in the face to the establishment. It's a shame it was such a stupid song, really. My youthful punch in the face to the establishment was a... Anyway, doesn't matter. The fact is, they changed the rules to try and stop nonsense with the singles charts. And they've forgotten what a single actually is. They've forgotten what a single is. Perhaps we should just get rid of singles charts. I don't know. Can you think of put a comment below. What do you think the solution is to the singles chart? Get rid of it? Call it a streaming chart? I mean, it's fine if Ed Sheeran has all 20 spots because it's just a matter of fact. Do you know what? That's why I so enjoyed the other day when I listened to my Rolling Stones album on vinyl. Just getting back to listening to... I love streaming. I've got it everywhere. I don't think it's a fad. I think it's the future. Anyway, I kind of veered off topic there. But that's what I want from you, my mercenaries. Are there any decent fads I should get into on YouTube right now? Are there any decent fads that are better than this? And what do you think of Ed Sheeran's performance at Glastonbury 2017? Thank you, that was far longer than I intended. And in fact, given that tomorrow I'll have nothing to talk about, I should have actually split this video up, shouldn't I? And spoke about the other topics over the next few days. See? That's what any intelligent person would do. But not me. Because I'm your Mercurial number 6. And I'm Mercurial. I'm Mercurial. Remember that? Just hit the mug against my lip then. But even if I bled, don't know where I'm going with that. Over and